Right. Okay. Mike's live. I'm live. Hello. If anyone ever actually watches this, enjoy a very exciting few minutes of me trying to figure out what this is and how it works. This is a 5 meg game you can get on Steam for free called Steam Engine Simulator. And apparently I can put electricity into something to make it go by accident there. It was made originally for someone on YouTube, Angie the Great. If you want to go and see, you can. There you can support them on Patreon. And it's developed by these people here. Hello, SS Titan. So I'm going to try and work out how this works. Now I know, because I did it by accident earlier, that you can open this up and open this up to fill up this chamber with water. But, there we go, got some flames. Okay, so I've not got it boiling all the way up, which is great. We can see the temperature's going up here. We've got 50 degrees at the moment. Cool, it's a whistle. So we have this valve closed currently. I think that must be an outlet for steam. Nearly hitting 100. And pressure is starting to rise by the looks of it. So we've hit 100 degrees. So as you know, water boils at 100 degrees. So at this point, we should start getting a bit of pressure. Let's put a bit more water in. Okay, so what if I do... So let's take the brakes on it for a minute. It's a bit noisy. We turn it down a little bit. But it'll be turned down for you. It's not for me, but still. Hang on. There we go. It's turned down for me too. Okay, so I'm going to increase the amount of water in this tank quite a bit. Okay, so our main aim here is to try and increase the pressure. I think that's some kind of release valve. So I've increased the temperature a little bit. Not quite sure why we're getting steam coming out at this stage, but as I say, I'm learning how this works. It's not going to work because of that. Apparently, we managed to get some power in here. There we go. We've got our engine speed up to 500 RPM now. Apparently, I got an achievement for that. So as you can see, the water's starting to go out because it's being turned into steam. I'm taking a bit of an outlet here. Let's shut out all the steam now. Cool, that's the whistler. So I brought the revs down. The brakes work quite nicely, and everything's turned off currently. So let's fill up the tank a bit more. At 100 psi, great. I can't because the water's already a lot higher. Great. So I'm only letting a small amount through, but it's still getting quite a lot of steam because the pressure's probably too high. There we go. So what we were aiming for is probably 100 pressure. So here we're doing nearly 600 RPM. Okay, we can fill up the tank with some more water now. That's reduced the pressure quite considerably. So let's reduce the temperature a little bit, bring the temperature down a bit. See if we can actually make this a nice stable chuff. Somewhere around 350. Let's try and keep it at 350 if we can. I should be able to open this up just a tiny bit more. Let's increase the speed quite considerably. I think we're able to keep this at 350 quite nicely. Slowing down a little bit, so maybe we need to shut off our outlet. Doesn't make much difference. So, is our temperature going up or down? It's staying pretty steady. Our pressure is holding pretty steady here too by the looks of things. Not a lot of point putting electric in. That'll slow it right down because I've just basically changed the temperature of the water. So we open that full, even though the temperature's not high. And we managed to push this through again. So we've managed to drop our pressure massively. So although we've got high temperature, it's because we've got a lot of hot water now instead. So it looks as long as we keep the pressure low, we can keep our nice steady 350. If we increase our pressure though, so we can probably get this thing up to 700 RPM if we're really lucky. I'm going to let these try and climb as high as I can. Let's close that pressure valve. So I've reduced this to almost closed now. You see our pressure is climbing quite rapidly. Temperature's coming up quite high as well. Right, we're now almost 100 pressure. Most boilers don't like being at high pressure, but this is a steam engine and it's a game. So as you can see, with virtually no pressure in it at all, the leak that's getting through is powering this thing quite heavily. We've now hit 150 pressure. if I open up this valve fully, in theory, we should be able to slam up that engine speed massively. There we go, we've reached 700 RPM. Right. I think I've achieved everything I want to achieve. There we go. So we now have a negative pressure. We're not generating enough power, really. So if we close that off, we open this valve, we'll close this valve. There we go. Nice and quiet, and the temperature's dropping slowly. It won't be long before that drops to completely zero, but there's no point doing any more. We are now barely getting 25 rotations. There we go. Right. Well, that was Steam Engine Simulator. If you want to give it a go, it's 5 megs to download from the Steam store. It's free, and it's, well, you do what you like with it. Have fun. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this very short live stream. Goodbye. Subscribe.